Hey everybody, happy Friday! This is Trisha with Happy Home Designs, and I am bringing another Christmas project to you today. I think you guys will like it. I'm really excited. I did a little test earlier to make sure that I knew exactly what I was doing, and I think I do, but I've got this idea in my mind. I'm using a chalk couture stencil today, but anyway, I'm creating the stockings were hung. So we're actually going to be hanging stockings this morning. So as you guys jump on, please send me a message and let me know that you're here. I would just love to know who all's watching. But what we're going to be working with, volume buttons at the bottom. What we are going to be working with today is, like I said, a chalk couture stencil. It comes in several parts. It says the stockings were hung. I know that's backwards to you guys. It has a whole bunch of cute little stars and doohickeys. I don't know what you call these, but stars and other decorative items to put on it. And then it comes with 3 stockings. Let me get them pulled out here. This stocking, a little one, and a regular old sock. And then these all have decorative pieces that get added to them. And I know it doesn't look like much right now. That's perfect. I know it doesn't look like much right now, but you'll understand exactly what I'm talking about when I get to that part. Now, these stockings I am actually going to be using, I'm going to be making them on muslin. Picked this up yesterday at Hobby Lobby. I am using chalk couture ink. I will be using a little bit of this flannel from yesterday's project. I may make a whole solid flannel stocking too. And a whole bunch of ribbon. So that's basically what I'm starting with. Well, but the base of my project is the cedar plank. This is about 20 inches long, and I think it's 9 inches tall. So that's going to be the base of my project. It's going to have the words on it, and then I'm going to attach a string at the bottom to actually hang my individual stockings from. Hey Anna, good morning. So that's the idea. That's what we're going with today. I'm just going to look at my cedar. This was a piece that Mark planed down a while back. I'm just going to decide which is the best side to use. And I think it's this one. It's got a couple little rough patches. Take my sanding block and see if I can make that a little bit smoother. Right there. Right there, but I don't think that's going to matter. Okay, I know cedar is beautiful. Most people love cedar. They say don't mess with it, don't change it. But that's not exactly what I want to decorate with. So what we're going to do is we're going to whitewash this plank of cedar. I'm going to use apple barrel white paint. And the way I'm going to whitewash it is with a couple of whites. And so I'm not going to put this on with a brush. I'm actually going to smear it on with baby wipes. So let me go ahead and get started. I need this piece to be painted or whitewashed, and then I'll put it aside and let it dry. In case you guys hear any craziness going on this side of the screen, we have Macy today. You can't see her, she's off camera, but she is my partner, and she's sitting here, and she's going to be a good girl while we do this project. Right, Macy? Mm-hmm. She's got her baby doll on a tablet, so I may have to take care of her here and there, but she's my sidekick today. Okay, so basically I've just squirted some white paint on. I've got baby wipes, and these are good and wet, and I'm just going to smear this on. What this does is it lets you coat it, first of all, quickly, so it goes on a lot faster, but then you're also, at the same time, the wetness from the white is smearing out the paint a little bit, and it's allowing that wood grain to show through. So kind of smearing it around, and I want it to all go the same direction, so I don't want to leave any white marks that are not going with the grain of the wood. If you hear things falling, it's Macy dropping her cereal. She's eating cereal and got a cup of milk. Macy, Mommy said, "Hi, sister." Mommy's talking to me through the computer. She typed her words. Okay, so this is what I have on the top. I'm gonna hold that up. So basically, it's just whitewashing. It's just taking down some of the tone of the wood itself. You see my edges are still not done. I think I've got plenty of paint on the white, and I'm just gonna go around the edge. Now this does make a mess on your hands, but the good thing about acrylic paints is they're washable. so it washes right off of your skin. I'll actually just take a wipe and fix my hands here in a minute. So I've done that side. Let me do the end. I may have to add a little bit more paint. I'm just going to add it this time actually to my wipey, just a dab. Hey, quit kicking, okay? Can you quit kicking? I think she's trying to make sure that she's being heard this morning. But she's a good girl. Owen is in bed. He's taking a nap. So hopefully we can get this done while he is resting. So get that end. And this is kind of rustic, so it doesn't have to be perfect. It is hard to do this on camera because, well, I dropped it on my mat. Because I'm having a hard time balancing and I need to put a little bit more pressure, so I'll just lay it down. You know, the ends of the wood where it's been through a saw, they're a little textured a little bit differently. And just go down that side. You guys can see it's just barely whitewashing it. Looks pretty good. So this is a good way if you don't want to do a lot of distressing on a project, but you don't want it to look like it's brand new either. Take your acrylic paint and a wipe. These are baby wipes because there's a baby in the house, but it could be a Clorox wipe if you can find Clorox wipes. I think they're pretty much back in stock now. But here is the front of it, and you can see the difference. There's the back. So it just lightened it up. So I've got a piece of parchment paper laying over here. I'm going to move this on and let it dry. Okay, don't touch it, Sissy, it's wet. I laid it on her bag of cereal. Okay, I'm going to get rid of this. I'll lay it on the parchment paper, clean my hands up. Of course, I got paint on my watch and everything. So you guys, as you jump on, don't be afraid to tell me that you're here. Remember, I can see all the eyeballs, but I can only see who those eyeballs are if I click on them. Actually, it's not even showing me this morning. So if you'll tell me you're here, that's great. If you don't want to, that's fine too. I just appreciate that you're here and watching. Don't forget, as we go through the video, anytime you're ready, sprinkle with your friends. I'm wiping up some of this paint that I even got on my parchment paper because I'm going to move on to the next part of the project. Okay, so you can tell I'm covered. Get a little bit more off my fingernails. I'm not worried about the paint being on me. It's just I don't want to touch the fabric and transfer it there. Okay, so what I'm going to do is take my muslin and I'm going to go ahead and work on making my stockings. Since I am using Chalk Couture ink, since I'm using inks, I know I have to give it a little blow dry time, and they're going to take a second coat because they're two layered. Remember, like these two pieces, this transfer goes down first and then I lay this one on top. So because it's layered, I have to let that first coat of ink dry a little bit, so it'll take a few minutes. And I did run the iron over this piece of muslin a little while ago. It was really wrinkled. I'm not worried about having the wrinkles so much as I just wanted to make sure that my paint would lay down smoothly. So that was the reason for doing that. Hey, Dawn. I see that Mandy's actually watching. So some people I can see. Glad that you guys are here. Okay, so I'm going to be making three of the Chalk Couture stencil transfers, stockings, and I'm going to make probably 2 of the flannel stockings. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. Trying to decide the best way to save my... Hey, can you get back up in your seat, please? There's my 3-year-old. She's doing something. I don't know what she's doing. But remember, these are sticky transfers. They're like stencils, but they're also a screen. I don't know if all of you have seen these before, but I'll show you this one. It's brand new. You can see that you can actually see through this section, but it's also not just an opening like a regular stencil. It is a screen. What this allows you to do is to rub your ink or your chalk across it, and the chalk should just go through just the screen. It's not going to go through the actual sticky part of the stencil, and it just gives you a lot less room for bleeding. I like these. I love these. Now that does not mean that it won't bleed at all. You do have to get your transfer laid down super smooth, and usually, especially when I am painting on fabric, I make sure that I try to take my paint the same direction the entire time. You know, I'm not going to go up and down and then switch and go side to side. I think I'm just making a mess this morning. Okay, so I'm going to do this one. The base of this stocking is going to be red. I think you guys can see that. Now, what I'm going to do is do 2 layers of the stocking. So, like I did when I did the mittens last week, I did the paint on the top, and then I doubled it and glued it together, and that gave me my pocket to stuff my cotton down through, and then it kind of made it more 3-dimensional. So these stockings are going to be like real stockings. Okay, so there's my red base for that one. You guys see that pretty clear? I'm gonna lay this on. Hold on, it'll be off screen for a minute while I lay this. Actually, I forgot. I can just put it back on the backing. Get this wet one out of the way. I usually don't worry about where I lay them, except that I've got a 3-year-old beside me today. Hey, don't touch that wet paint, okay? That red is wet. Don't touch it, okay? She minds pretty well. Okay, so there's the first base of a stocking. The second one, I think I'm going to do, this one is going to be a copper. I'm trying to decide what. The decorations on this little stocking are a little bit weird. I've not seen it actually layered yet. I'm leaving plenty of room in between these. I am going to be cutting them apart. I'm going to do the copper. So this is chalk couture ink. That's what I'm using. Just load up my squeegee. Macy is wearing a pair of shoes that are too big, that she insisted that she wear around this morning. Hey, sissy, don't step on this cord. Hey, give me that wipey. Is that the one out of the floor? Mm-hmm. Oh, it just got milk on it. That's where we wiped up milk, okay? Anyway, her shoes are really too big for her feet, so she's clopping around behind me. I asked her to take them off. She didn't listen. Hey, Carolyn. Hope you're doing okay this morning. I hope that things are okay with George. Trying to make sure yeah, that's the right Carolyn. Okay, so that's my second stocking. We lay it back on its stencil, or on its backer. Macy, now that one's wet, so don't touch it either. Okay, and then my third stocking I'm going to make, usually these kind of socks are white, but mine's going to be green. And remember, I'm leaving a lot of room. I know I've got some waste on my fabric. It's not a big deal. I want to make sure there's plenty of edging. Don't touch, okay? Hey, this is hot. That's hot. Okay, don't touch it. This time I'm going to use green. This is Meadow, is the name of this green. Hey, will you get back on the other side? I don't want you near this. It's hot. Look, it's hot. I was going to show you how warm. Get on the other side of me, okay? No, I made her mad. She thought I was trying to burn. You know Nani would not let you get hurt. I was just going to show you how warm it is if you touch the outside. Okay, get up behind me and get up in your chair and sit down. Oh, well, I'm glad he's doing better. I've been seeing all the posts and concern. Okay, get this one all covered in green. Pull that one up. Okay, so what I have is the base of each one of these 3 stockings. Okay, now the green one's wet. Don't touch it, okay? So I'm going to hold this up, but it's upside down. But you can see that I've got my stockings started. They're cute. And you're going to have to bear with me just a minute. I need to get out the trusty blow dryer. And I'll kind of have it down a little bit low, but something I have to do to get because they're going to be layered, I'm going to put that second coat of ink on top of them. I just need to make sure that they're not going to peel up really bad. Just takes a minute. I need to invest in a heat gun. I just haven't done it, but I've watched people that use a heat gun, and they're just as loud as the blow dryer probably. So, hey Jessica. It's good to see you here. So I'm just going to blow dry for a minute. Is Nani being loud? You want to say hi? You want to look? Get your face on the camera. She's being silly. She won't talk. She's a sweetie. Most of the time, this girl is precious. Well, she's always precious, but most of the time she's a sweetie. She is also 3. Just turned 3 on Monday. This actually dries pretty quick. Most of the time when I work with ink, if I'm making a t-shirt or a tea towel or a onesie or whatever, if it's something that is going to be washed, then it will have to be heat set, and I do that with an iron. But these, of course, are not going to be washed. They're not real stockings. So I'm not going to heat set them. Did that baby get on my back? Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to do my second layers. Now I got to remember which. Okay. These are my layers that go on this copper sock right here in the middle. Usually this stencil, the 3 stockings are all hooked together and you're not supposed to cut them apart. And it actually gives you guidelines as to how to lay it down. I cut them apart this morning to make it easier on myself as far as to make it easier on myself to lay them down on this and not get my ink everywhere. Hey, you gotta let me go, okay? What do you need? Can you touch the paint? Yeah. Lightly with your finger. It's almost dry, but it didn't get on you, did it? No. Okay, so she touched the paint. She's being a mess, Shannon. Okay, so I'm gonna lay my transfer down. I can go by where I know these stripes should be in this sock, in this stocking. Hey, don't keep touching. Okay, don't keep touching. Okay, this copper one, I think I'm going to outline it in red. And I'm mashing that down, but I'm only mashing down the part of the transfer that actually has the screen on it. I don't care if the rest of it sticks well. I don't want it to lift up. Honey, there's nothing you can help on this part, okay? This is ink, and Nani doesn't want you to get it on you, even though it takes a while for it to dry. I'll let you help when I'm making a bow. Will you help me make a bow in a minute? Okay. Macy will be the bow helper in a minute. So basically, I didn't want, because that ink is not totally dry. Hey, Mary Margaret. I didn't want to take a chance on lifting any of it up. Oh, how cute. Can you guys see this? Let me lay this one down. Okay, I'm putting this on my pile. Don't touch it, okay? So there's that middle stocking. It's upside down, but it's trimmed in red. Can you guys see that? I'll hold them upright in a minute. Okay, this one goes on that red stocking. I'm going to trim it in green. I know how it goes. It has a wrinkle in that fabric, so I have to worry about messing up my ink. Also, usually when using a chalk couture stencil or transfer, you do need to fuzz. And by fuzzing, you're literally just going to touch it to a piece of clothing, something that's got fuzz on it, and get some of the fuzzy on the back so it won't stick too hard to your surface. But because I'm actually putting this on another piece of cloth, you don't really have to fuzz that heavily. Okay, be still. You gotta be still, okay? All right, let me see if I can get this thing lined up. So I'm doing the heel and the toe of the sock. And they're gonna be in green. With my green ink.
I want to help you.
I know you want to help. You're going to help me with the bow in a minute, okay? You want to help now? Well, I'm not ready for the bow yet. I hope I didn't mess this one up because I did lay that down right over a wrinkle in the fabric. And it bled a little bit, but it's okay. Not really worried about it. Huh?
I'm going to do brown.
You want to do brown? You want to, oh, okay. This girl wants to help, so let me see. Hey, Aunt Carol. Let me see if I can have her help me. Let me lay down this next one. This green sock that has the stripes, or it's like a tube sock, so it looks like, but I did it in green. I am going to put the brown, or the copper color on it, I think. I really want to do the red. What, you want to do the brown or the red?
Red.
Red, okay. Let me see if I can get these polka dots on this tube sock. I've never seen, I don't understand why my dots are wider than my actual sock. Sorry, you guys, I'm just thinking about what I'm doing here. Trying to make sure I do it right. I can't figure out why my dots don't line up with my sock exactly right. They're a little bit wider. Hey, I think Nani needs to do this one, okay? Oh, she really wants to help. Okay, okay. Well, one of my dots is not on there right. Okay, let me do this bottom part and then you do the top, okay? So Macy wants to help, but these dots, I'm not doing that color, I'm doing red. Let me get the red. These dots are not lined up just right. So I'm gonna do this bottom part and then let her do the top. Hold on. Okay, you see these polka dots? Look, hold this in your hand. Let Nani help. You got it? I can't let you go, okay? You have to rub like this. Good girl.
I'm doing it myself.
She wants to do it herself. Okay, let me get it. Let me get some more paint on it. And oh, it's got enough. Okay, this time hold it just like this. And do these dots up here. Turn it over this way. Rub those dots. You guys didn't know you were going to see a 3-year-old paint with chalk couture this morning. And then rub it a little bit tighter to get all the paint on and off. You did good.
I did it all.
Honey, that's all we had to do. You did it. Look at that. You want to lift it up and see how pretty it is? Here we go. Okay, this is the reveal, you guys. This is Macy doing chalk couture. Look at those polka dots you put on that sock. She did a good job, but, excuse me, she also has red paint on her face now. When you paint with a 3-year-old, you may have red paint on your face. Okay, good job. Okay, let me show you guys what I have. Here are our 3 stockings. Aren't they cute? Super cute. I'm going to take that wipey I just used, get this paint off my, oh, it's already dry, on my parchment paper. Okay, now what I'm going to do is cut these out.
Honey, I can do glue by myself.
You can do what?
I can do glue by myself.
I'm not going to do any more of this kind, okay? I'll let you help me with the big words in a minute. Okay, I'm going to separate out my stockings. Make it easier to work with. She was a good helper. She's also very headstrong. Okay, I'm going to move these over to the side and let them dry. What?
I'm doing by myself.
Oh, it's not time for green again yet. Will you raise your arms up so Nani can lift this up? Let me get I got a mess going over here, you guys. Hey, sissy, stop. Stop. You get a real live show when you're painting with a 3-year-old. Stop. Okay, I'm gonna lay these over here to dry. And then I'm gonna go back to that board that I whitewashed and go ahead and get my words on it. This is what I'll let her help with. Pick it up, it's on a piece of contact or a parchment paper. It's good and dry. Remember that paint, acrylic paint dries super fast anyway, but I did the whitewashing. Hey, Mom B. Mom B's watching us, Macy. Can you say hi?
No.
Macy is not in a good mood this morning. Well, she is, but it's hit and miss. So I've already whitewashed this board. It's good and dry. I can make sure it's smooth to put my words on. And now it's going to say the stockings were hung. And I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this in red again. So now that I'm laying this down on a painted surface and not a piece of fabric, I do need to fuzz it. So just pardon me, I lay it on myself and get some fuzz and hair off my shirt. That will keep it from sticking to my surface too bad. And I usually just eyeball it in the middle. I think that's right. I want it a little bit lower to the bottom, not quite in the middle, top to bottom, because I am going to put a bow up here in this corner. You guys know if I do a project, almost always it's going to have a bow. Okay, hey, let's don't use this. Let's don't use this, okay? Okay. It's a little bit harder when you're working with a 3-year-old, but it's not too bad. Okay, Nani's going to make these words red. Are you ready? Here they go. So I load up my squeegee again and get my words on here.
Mommy, I can do one by myself.
You can do one? You can do brown by yourself? I'll let you do the brown in a minute because the brown are going to be the stars. It's really copper shimmer copper. So that's the color that I'm going to use for the stars.
I will use brown all by myself.
All by yourself?
Yep.
What, baby?
If you need the brown.
I wanted you. I'll help you with the brown in a minute.
No, I'll do it by myself.
Okay, so I think I'm finished with the red. I won't need it again. I'm going to get it out of the way. Lift this up.
Mommy.
And it's still stuck pretty good. I think it's going to take up some of my paint. Stop, Macy. Stop. It bled just a little bit, but it's cute. Okay, let me lay this down. I probably should have blow dried my surface a little, but I didn't. Okay, get this one out of the way until it's time to wash. Okay, so here's what we have. The stockings were hung, and that's in red. I'm going to dry this for a second, so you guys bear with me. Hey, Aunt Vicki, yes. Hey, Angie. Bows are definitely needful. I mean, it makes everything prettier, right? I'm known for putting bows on things even that you wouldn't necessarily expect to see a bow on, so. Let me dry this just a little bit, just because I'm gonna have her hands on it, and I can't trust that she's not gonna put her fingers in this paint. She's not sassy at all. Shannon, she's had a little bit of sass. I've had to fuss at her a few times today. She wants to do things her way and her way only. Hey, Tracy. Hey, Mimi's watching. You want to say hi to Mimi? No. I tried to get her to say hi. Okay, now we're going to put some stars around the top. Right? You're going to put some stars around the top? Yeah? Okay, let Nani put them.
Mommy, I'll do brown off my.
Hold on just one second. Hey, if you smack me again, you're not going to do anything. Sorry, you guys. I'm just taking this sanding rock and making sure this is good and smooth up here. It's pretty smooth. I may have to get Poppy to come and get you.
No.
Well, then be good. I'm not trusting that this is gonna stick and not pull up paint. Are you doing it to your shirt too? Good job. It won't stick because the paper's still on the back. Okay, I'm gonna let you do this brown really fast and then give me this one. And then Donnie is gonna finish the rest, okay?
I want to do it.
Listen, are you gonna do it nicely?
Yeah.
Okay, take it in your hand. Only on the stars. Wait, just a second. You got it upside down. Let Nani do it real fast. Will you hold it again for me?
No.
Look, it's got stars and circles. Hold this for me. Don't touch it to anything. I'm gonna reuse this one again real quick down here on this end. Here, let me see. Let me do it real fast. I know. It's just a little bit hard. Okay, I'm gonna let you do the ones in the middle, I think. Actually, you know what? I'll let you put some down here at the bottom. Macy, if you touch it, you're gonna be in trouble.
No.
We all remember 3-year-old days, right? Okay, so I've added some stars around the top. And then, hey, I'll let you do these down here where I can control your hand a little bit better, okay? I'm gonna show you guys in just a second. Okay, hold it like this. Get up here in my lap, come on. Okay, that's good. Hold it like this. Turn it over and rub. Can you rub a little bit harder? You got it?
I'm doing this now.
Let me do it once and then you do the last time yourself. Okay, you wanna do it one time by yourself? Stay on the green. Perfect. Good job. Let's raise it up and see. You're falling out of the chair. You're about to fall out of the chair. Ready? She did it! She did it. So I only used one of those star transfers. So this is what we have. We just have some little stars. It says the stockings were hung. And once again, I'm gonna lay this to the side. This is what we are actually going to mount our string on that our stockings are gonna hang from. Let me put it back on my parchment paper. Okay, and I'm gonna go back to, I'm done with the paint. So maybe she won't ask. Hey Scarlett, glad to see you with us too. Anyway, she's full of sass today for sure. But I'm gonna go back to the stockings. And I had already done one. This was my test run earlier. And so I've got 2 red ones like that. And quit spitting. It's one of those days, you guys. One of those days. So I'm gonna have 4 of these stockings and maybe 2 flannel stockings. So all I'm gonna do now is take my stocking and lay it on another piece of fabric. And then I'm gonna cut around both, leaving some edge because I'm gonna hot glue these pieces together. Careful, careful. Hey, don't pull my shirt. Do not do that. I'm trying not to really fuss at her heavily. Because she's just wanting to help, but she's got some sass today. So this is doubled. I've got a bottom piece and a top piece. Hey, quit spitting.
No.
Do I need to get Poppy to come and get you?
No.
Then you need to be nice. Okay, so here's what I have. And that's double layered. I've got the white edge around the side, but I'm going to glue these 2 pieces together in a minute. Here, will you hold these for me? Thank you. Okay, let me go and do my other socks, the same thing. not to waste too much of my fabric. And with the muslin, it doesn't really matter which direction I go, except I'm on the selvage there. You know, this is not one of those seamstress jobs where you pin your pieces together and make sure they stay all lined up and all that. This is a craft job. Because if I get them off and they're not going the right direction or whatever, I can always, or I have too much cut off, too much extra on the ends, I can cut that off afterwards, after I get it glued. But I wanted to get my basic shape. Probably should have cut it. Get it lined back up. So any of you who were watching yesterday's live or watched the replay, I talked about the fact that I needed finger protectors when I'm using hot glue. Hey Jeff. Well, let me just tell you, under my index finger, the blister is between it's underneath my nail. It's on the tip of my finger, under my nail. Evidently I touched, hey, would you stop? Can you stop? Macy.
No.
I touched some of that red ink from the polka dots and smeared it a little bit when I was trying to get it lined up. Macy wants to go to the park today. So you guys, you know what I'm dealing with, so we'll have to see if she thinks she's good enough to go to the park today. Are you being good?
Yeah.
You are? Oh, okay. You need to be a little bit better. Can you be a little bit better?
No.
Okay, so there's stocking number 2, and it's double. Hold these for me. I got 2 more to go. And then we'll be ready to start gluing these together and stuffing them. We're going to stuff them with some stuffing, right, Macy? With some cotton balls.
Yeah.
So it's Friday and it's the weekend. Has everybody got big plans? It's that time of year where people start trying to get out and do things. We're doing not a Halloween party, but a fall / Halloween party tomorrow night. I think somebody's pounding on the door. Mark, if you heard that upstairs, that was somebody beating on the front door.
Who is it?
I don't know, but just stay in your seat. That didn't even sound like a knock. It scared me a little bit.
No, me too.
You too? Well, Poppy will go check it out. Except, no, you stay right here. No. Stay right here. No, I forgot. Poppy's actually in a meeting, so he can't check it out. Yeah, Angie, that was an ouch for sure. Macy, just stay right here in our chair. We're not going to go to the door. We don't open the door when we don't know who it is. It may have just been a delivery person knocking on the door, but they pounded pretty hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Angie, I held back the tears yesterday. But let me tell you, when I got off the live, I told Mark, I said, I don't know how I held back the tears because I was in some pain, for sure. Okay, one more of these. And it's a little one. It's a little one. Mm-hmm. Okay, here we go. Don't forget, if you're hopping on late, I know some people are joining, you join at break time at work or whatever. Send me a message and let me know you're here. When you sprinkle the video, send me a message for that too. Also, don't forget that the contest is going on, and that is the giveaway for the basket of goodies. And that will take place when we meet our goal for our new followers, because that's what we're trying to do, is to grow this community and invite people to the group. So that's what the contest is for. When you invite and you share or you sprinkle and people start joining the group. What, baby?
Where's the male person?
The male person, whoever knocked is gone. They're not still out there. They're not still out there. Okay, so I've got 4 of these stockings. I think you guys can see them laying in front of me. I'm gonna make, I think I'm gonna do one flannel one. I may do 2 flannel ones, and I'm just gonna use this little short guy as a pattern. I probably could do this without a pattern, but let me double it. I'm not gonna put any paint on this. She thinks you guys can see her, so she's over here doing like chicken arms or something. Are you acting like a chicken or something? Hey, be still, okay? So I have doubled this flannel, and I'm just gonna cut around it. This is not gonna have any paint. We're just gonna call this a flannel stocking. Okay, there's one. That was easier, and it's doubled. And then I'm gonna do one of the longer socks as a pattern too. And the reason we're doubling these is because we are going to stuff them. We're gonna glue them together, make a little pocket, stuff it full of some little cotton balls. Let me use this one. Careful, careful, those will pinch your fingers. Stuff it with some little cotton balls just to give it a 3-dimensional look. Hey, those are wet paint, okay? So we have plans to probably go to the park here in a little while, if the rain holds off, and play with cousins. You want to play with your cousins today?
Yeah.
Who are your cousins?
Jackson, Water, and Missy, and Owen.
And who else? Baby Maddox. That's our plan, is to try to go to the park with our cousins today.
No, I'll go to the park right now.
We can't go right now. Nami's got to finish her project. Thank you for sprinkling, Shannon. Nami's got to finish her project, okay? All right, so you guys, all the hard part's done, okay? So that's good. All that cutting and the painting and not spreading the paint around. So I am going to start with this one. I've got my hot glue gun. I'm praying that I don't burn my fingers and put blisters on myself. So I'm just gonna go around the edges lightly. These are not real stockings. They're not really gonna be holding a lot of stuff. So it doesn't take a lot of glue. Lay that down. So much better when I don't get it all over my hands.
Are you done?
I'm not done yet, but I'm working on it. Okay, let me do this one. I did this with burlap when I made mittens last week, or maybe the week before, whenever it was. The burlap was a little more difficult to work with, but they turned out so cute. I gave those away in a drawing. Miss Leah got the burlap mittens. Are you loving on me now so you get to go to the park? Yeah. She said yes, at least she's being honest. Okay. And I've left the top of these not glued because that's how I'm gonna go back and stuff them, and then I'll close them up. So after I do this, all we have to do is literally put everything together, hang my stockings on the sign. This will be so cute. Let me get that one lined up just right.
Mommy,
What, baby?
Jackson at the park.
Jackson is not at the park right now.
Where's he at?
He's probably at home with his mommy and daddy right now.
Uncle Corey's at work.
Uncle Corey is probably at home right now. He goes to work in a little while because he works in the evening time.
Where Uncle Corey's work?
She's going to have a full-fledged conversation. Thank you for sprinkling, Angie. Sorry, while I'm messing with the hot glue, I kind of have a hard time, after being burned, I kind of have a hard time talking and looking up while I've got the glue out. But I'm tell you what, if somebody were to break in my house while I had a hot glue gun out, I could take care of it because that hot glue gun would definitely scare somebody away. It causes some pain. I learned yesterday the hard way. I wouldn't need a real gun. Just hot glue.
Here.
There's nobody here. Whoever it was is gone. I think it may have been somebody leaving a package on the front porch and they just knocked super loud. It scared me. But I don't think they're out there anymore. We're all safe. Okay, so all of my stockings are glued, and you guys literally, these are little, they're decorative cotton balls that I got at the Dollar Tree, and I meant to actually buy some cheap cotton balls from, from Walmart to stuff with, but I forgot. So I'm stuffing with the decorative cotton balls. And I just really want these to have just a little bit of shape. So I'm just putting a few down inside just to make sure that you can tell that they're three-dimensional. Hey, Macy, Anna says that Jackson is playing in his room and he wants Macy to be good so that we can all go to the park later.
I'm going to the park.
You want to go to the park?
Yeah.
Okay, Jackson said be good. Jackson said be good and let Nani finish her project.
Well, I'm to the park right now.
Okay, I'm just stuffing this one. I'm dropping cotton balls. My glue didn't hold on that one very well. I'm gonna have to add some more hot glue. I'm just peeling it right up.
I'll get it.
Thank you. Actually, it's easier to stuff this way. And it may not have held because I didn't really mash down on this muslin. I didn't mash hard and it may have needed a little mash. But I was scared. I was scared of sticking my finger in it like I just did. So look, my little stockings are coming to life. It's cute. Cute, cute.
Are you done, Mom?
Almost done. We're getting there. Yeah, this one didn't glue either. It's okay. I'll peel it up. It's because I did not actually mash them down, but I'll mash them down now.
I'm going to Jackson's house, Nani.
We're going to go to the park in a little while. Jackson's going to meet us there.
Yeah.
Does that sound good?
Jackson's going to beat us.
He's going to beat us. He's going to meet us.
Yeah. He's going to play on the side.
She's a mess. Macy, you got to stop, baby.
No.
Okay, I may have made a mess out of this green one. Bear with me. That's the thing about doing projects at home and crafting, that sometimes they don't turn out exactly perfect and you got to start over. I glued my cotton because my fingers were all sticky. And now I'm making a mess, so you guys get to see the imperfections firsthand. Okay, I'm gonna have to stop, regroup on this guy. I know you guys can see what I'm doing. Part of it is that I'm getting a little bit stressed because my granddaughter's all jumping around over here and I'm dealing with hot glue. Okay, now, let me see if I can do this. And if this one doesn't turn out, we just won't use it. So I'm thinking it may not turn out. Oh, there, we got it. I got it. Now I'll go back and fix it again in a minute. Let me get some of this glue off my hands. So I've got 1, 2, 3. Put your shoe off of the table, please. Yeah, your shoes are too big. They're not really. I bought her some new shoes and I got a size too big. Hey, Lexi. How are you this morning? Okay, got that one stuffed. Yeah, those flannel ones stuff a whole lot easier than these. And again, that glue just didn't work. So what I'm gonna do, I think I just learned, I'm gonna glue 3 little cotton balls in the middle to help hold it open. And then I am going to re-glue all around the edge. Everything is a learning process, especially if you're doing something for the first time. Just a minute, baby. You're doing something for the first time, then sometimes you come up with a better way to do it the next time. There we go. What, baby?
Is Jackson out of part?
Jackson, Anna says Jackson is playing in his room and he wants Macy to be a good girl. Okay, I've got 1 more of these, you guys, and then I'm going to close them up. I'm only putting a couple in this one. I did the exact same thing again. I didn't do it the way I had taught myself to do it. Okay. All right, so now I've got to get a little hook on these so they can hang on my sign. So I have 5 little stockings. And what I'm going to do, I've got some jute. I'll cut 5 little pieces. Macy, this paint is wet, and I want you to leave things alone. I'm trying not to lose my temper while I'm live. But this little girl, so I'm just gonna, I've got little bitty pieces of jute. I'm gonna loop them like this and glue them right inside the top of the stocking so the stockings will hang. Let me see. And then at the same time, I'm gonna close up the top of the stocking. Like that. So now we have a little hook to hang it with. And I'll do the rest of these. This is that one, that green one that I fought with so bad is still not glued on the side. Trying to do it without burning my fingers too bad and without smearing my paint. Okay. Loop it. And then close it up. So there's the second one. The green one, it was actually salvageable, so I'm happy for that. So tell me, was it worth watching Alive if I've got a 3-year-old with me? I think it was, but you guys give me your opinions. She's been a character. She's really not this way all the time. But she does get her way a lot, which is part of the problem. That's Nani's fault too. I guess that's being a grandparent. close this guy up. They are looking super cute. I've got 2 more to go. I thought I only needed 5. I've got 6. These flannel stockings need to be closed up at the top. And I'm actually going to put a couple of these pom-pom balls, the little cotton balls, across the top of the flannel ones because they don't have any decoration whatsoever. I just squirted some glue like that. And I'll do the same thing with this one. She is a cutie, Scarlett. I know, but boy, she can be a pistol. But you know, I didn't raise girls. I only had boys, and it's a learning process when you have a girl. I mean, it's just different. They're different than boys for sure. But I'm gonna tell you what, she has me as whooped as the boys do. I mean, all of my grandkids have me whooped, for sure. Okay, and then there's the last little stocking. Okay, so I've got my stockings done. Let me grab my board that I'm gonna mount them to. Okay, so I'm literally gonna hang a rope at the bottom and then hang my stockings. Hey, baby. You're not in trouble right now. She thinks she's in trouble. Okay, so this is, it's jute, but it's wired jute that I picked up from the Dollar Tree. So it's stiff, and I like the fact that it will hold its shape. So that is what I'm going to use to hang these stockings from. And I'm going to have to hammer it, or nail it with a nail gun, not a nail gun, a staple gun around the back, I believe. Oh, that's what Nani needs. I need the wire cutters. She's over here playing with my wire cutters. So cut through the wire, then cut through the jute. Hey, if you smack at me again, you're going to get a spanking when I get off of this video.
No.
Okay, that's enough. And sometimes you have to threaten. Okay, so I'm literally just going to flip this over. I'm going to get my staple gun out and staple this around the edges of my board. It'll be loud, you guys, but it will take just a second to pop one in on each end. Like that. One more, like that. Turn that off. Okay, so here's what we have. There is our little rope to hang our stockings from. I'm losing my mind. I was supposed to actually rope these through. I think I'm a little impatient with myself today because I've got a sidekick over here. So I did not rope them through, so now I'm going to have to do something else. Can you guys see the board? Let's see what kind of arrangement we're going to do here with our stockings. And I'm going to end up having to just glue them on, I think, because I went to all that effort to give them a hook and then did not use the hooks. So I'm going to glue them. I think I'm going to glue. Actually, you know what? I am going to, yeah, I'm going to glue them. Bear with me just one more minute with the hot glue. I think maybe I should do this one down here. This one here. So the whole point in putting these hooks around the top of these of my stockings was to actually feed them through my rope before I put it on, and then I totally forgot. I got flustered. I got Nani flustered. No, it's okay. I'm I've already glued them now. Mark is here, so I can ask him, did you hear the crazy bang on the front door? It was during your meeting.
Yeah.
But will you look and see if we got a package or if there was just some stranger out there beating the door down? I'm hoping it was just a package arriving. When I heard the loud bang on the door earlier, it really scared me.
Yeah, it was.
Okay, it was just a package, so there's no stranger here trying to get into the house. Okay, you guys, I fed this through, and now there are my stockings, all hung. Now, I do have a lot of extra glue that I need to go back and peel off. If you've ever worked with hot glue, you'll understand that. I'm gonna make a really quick bow, and then I will be done and show you this project completed. And I'm just gonna make a messy bow. It's gonna have to be small. A messy bow to go up here in the corner, and we will call it quits. I think it's gonna be about that long. Couple of pieces of that, a couple of pieces of this. I love this candy stripe ribbon. So when you're making a messy bow, you're literally just cutting strips of all the ribbons that you like. I like this one, it's white with black polka dots because that plaid has black in it. I thought it would be good to add it as well. However, it is not a wired ribbon, so it won't hold its shape, but that's okay. Almost done. This is a ribbon I got from Dollar Tree. It's really cute. It has snowflakes all over it. When you get this at Dollar Tree, you guys, it's $1 for 9 feet. I mean, and it's super cute ribbon. And they, not at the holiday time as much, but at most of the regular times of the year, you can get wider ribbons, like 2-inch ribbon that are 9 feet for $1. I usually get the burlap there. It's a burlap ribbon, not the burlap that I'm using today, but similar to it. Get that piece of tape off. So don't forget, as you join, if you're watching the replay later on, to send me a message and let me know you watched. And when you sprinkle with your friends, also include a message that you did that. A piece of this. This is, I think this came from Hobby Lobby. I'm having a hard time getting it open too. There we go. This is cute. It's just green and red multicolor. That's cute. And then I'm going to use one piece of white ribbon. And it is a burlap look with polka dots on it. Okay, so I'm going to take and put a dovetail in each one of these. You fold your ribbons in half and cut out toward the outer edges to make that nice point on each side. I think next Friday when I do a live, I may have to make sure a little girl's asleep. Sorry if I've been kind of all over the place, you guys. I didn't mean to be, but... Okay, so I've got those, and all you do is you crisscross them, make an X. I'm going to put my burlap down next, and then I'm going to put down the candy stripe, which the candy stripe I'm going to dovetail as well. I'm doing both pieces at one time. You fold them to the outside, fold it in half, snip off, pointing up towards the outside, towards that wire. Get that, add those in. These are really thin. I'm not going to cut the corners on them. They're also very long. They may be too long, but I can trim them up in a minute. Add that black. So I think you guys can still see this in front of me. I'm just making crisscross X's back and forth with all my different ribbons. They're slipping and sliding, and they're sticking to my hands because I've got glue all over my hand. Cut a piece of jute. grab them up in the middle where that X, put the jute across it, flip it upside down, and tie it as tight as you can. That's all you have to do to make a crazy bow. And then when you're done tying it, you'll turn it over and fluff it out. Thank you, Hope. Out doing your civic duty. Did you go vote today, Hope? Is that what you're talking about? We are actually going to vote on election day. Mark says no matter how long the lines are, that's what we're going to do. Plus, he gets free time off from work that day, so why would you not go vote on election day? Okay, so here's what I have. So there's my cute little messy bow. My top ribbons are kind of slipping around. I'm going to flip them and flip them upside down and tie a knot so they won't slide so much because I didn't get it tied super tight. I'm just going to do one action. No, I'll do both. I'm going to flip that one. Okay, just kind of give it some more life. I'm going to cut a couple of these off that are too long. This is all subjective, you guys. It's totally up to you whether you think your bow looks good or not, and how fluffy you want it to be, how big you want it to be, how sloppy. That's all it takes, and then I'll hot glue the back. I put quite a bit on there. That'll help hold my knot in place too, and it just goes right up here in the corner. I think you guys can see that. I see all my messy workstation up here that everybody can see, but okay, here we go. This is the stockings were hung. What do you guys think? Think it's okay? It does have some things I'll have to go back and dust off some of the stuff on the front and get some of my glue marks off, but that is the project for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed the 3-year-old entertainment or lack of entertainment. Hope you all have a great weekend. I don't know if I'll be live again this weekend or not. I am trying to go live every day, but Saturdays and Sundays are a little difficult sometimes. But anyway, don't forget the contest is going on. It is a sprinkle, and invite people to follow our page. Thank you, Angie. I think it's cute. Thanks, Mom. Thanks, Scarlett. So anyway, just don't forget the contest that is going on until we reach our goal of 700 followers on the page. We've increased dramatically since Wednesday night, and that is due to all of you. Thank you very much, and hope you all have a great day. Thanks. Bye.